know if you can see this. It's a plan of Oscar the Grouch in a trash can. I have this, the toothbrush holder, ceramic, and I'm going to make an Oscar the Grouch. It's going to be a trash can. Never done anything like this before, but going to try it anyway. This stuff is pretty doggone stiff. There's nothing on the package that says anything about how to make it softer or more pliable. And nobody really tells you much of anything on the tutorials. But I think it has something to do with working it, getting it warm. One lady said something about her hands are warmer than other hands, so she can't work with the soft clay, because apparently there are softer clays. What I'm going to try to do is make a snake and make it flat and put a band around the top here so that I can put two handles for the trash can. Then I'll make an Oscar critter to fit in here and hopefully a trash can lid to fit over his head. Oh boy, first I'm doing this. Preliminarily, I made a snake. This is how you make a snake longer if you're working with clay. You roll it back and forth, and as you roll it, you stretch your fingers. It'll make it longer. Okay? It's kind of fun. This now, what I did was I rolled it along the top to see if it went all the way around. Whoops. And it does. I'm going to make it a flat band so that I can put two little handles on there. This stuff is really hard. I mean, it's really hard. So this is what I do when I make stuff with butter when I cook with it. You know, I'll take it, if it's frozen butter or something, I'll do this. And it'll eventually, you know, spread out a little and soften up. That's what I'm trying to do here. This is actually as hard as week old meat. Don't ask me how I know. This is not easy. I'm thinking I'm gonna make a little ball out of foil and form this around it and make a head. I don't know. This is not doing as I had hoped it would. Maybe this clay is old because it's very hard, and I just bought it though. But no one at the store knew exactly how it was supposed to be. Apparently there's no polymer clay people that work at Michael's. They know how to do other junk like crochet and knit. So they couldn't help me when I asked them questions about it. And I've been trying to find online, and everyone just works it with their hands and they don't seem to have any problem. But their clay is not hard like this. This is really hard clay. It doesn't look like it. See, it's floppy looking, but it's so dense. It's just so hard to do anything with it. Man, oh man. I know this is my first time working with it. But see, it's getting holes in it and stuff. I really don't know what to do about it. Are you supposed to roll it with a rolling pin? I don't want to get it all over my rolling pin. I don't know. Hello, hello. I have some tin foil on it, or aluminum foil I put in there. And I folded this over, and I'm trying to work it into a face or head shape. Oh, brother. This is going to take some doing, I think. And since Oscar is furry, I'll have to make little fur bits on him too, with more tiny, tiny coils. Snakes, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm sure that if I took all the time in the world to learn, or what do they call that? Trial and error, that I could probably figure it out, because I'm not that stupid. I'm not as dumb as I look. Yeah. Kind of weird looking here. Okay, well, this will fit on the trash can like this. And then I'll have a lid over his head. That's about the right size for a head. Alright, I'll just keep going. Don't know if you can see, but I roughly drew where the eyebrows are going to go and the eyes and the mouth. And I just have to embellish on that and keep adding and smoothing out and adding and smoothing out. We'll see what happens. And fit on 2 eyes, put in a tongue. I don't know what you can see and what you can't see. Now I'm going to put in an upper lip, then the eyebrow, and then I'll work on all the fur in his hands. Fur. I added an eyebrow. Here, I don't know. Am I on camera? I don't know. He's got his tongue, his eyes, his upper lip, his eyebrow. Now I get to make him furry and give him 2 furry hands that he's holding on to the side of the garbage can with. Okay, I'm making tiny, tiny snakes for fur tendrils of Oscar. And I'm using a toothpick I'm using a toothpick to place them on, well, he is supposed to be kind of shaggy and wild looking. Toothpick to place. Can you see this? I don't know where. Place the tendril right here on him. They're looking a little shaggier. I made a makeshift hand, and now I'm making a whole bunch of these little tiny ropes to look like fur. And I'll make another hand on this side like he's holding himself up. That'll take care of some of this empty space in here. Just have to do layer upon layer upon layer. If I want to push it down a little bit, I can use the end of the toothpick. That works. So I got to keep going on that too. Making spare things. Then I'll have a bunch to choose from. See, a bunch of hairs to choose from. I don't make them all the same size. Some are a little shorter, some are a little longer. Because when you're furry and shaggy, you're not all exactly the same unless you've just had a dog haircut. And Oscar does not have haircuts. Not very often. I think only once have I ever seen him have a haircut. And I'm old, and I've been watching since 1963 or whenever it was that 65. 65 is when Sesame Street first started coming on. Boy, that took some time. There's several little coils that didn't quite make it, and they went down inside. I have to work on the back of his head a little bit, and then the trash can lid, and then I can fire it. This is a great hobby. I might actually get into this. This is really a lot of fun. I hope it turns out. It seems like a lot of work. If it turns out, then I have to worry about shipping it to Chicago, where Wheezy Waiter is. I will probably go through UPS as a postal service. I don't know who to go to. I've had better luck with UPS, but I don't know. I haven't had to send anything fragile. This will be fragile. As after this is baked, these little tendrils and everything, anything is breakable because it's going to be hardened like ceramic. But it's plastic, but it'll be like ceramic. But my mom had a gift sent to her, one of those Danbury mint things, and it's all acrylic. Had birds and flowers and everything on it, and it arrived broken. It was wrapped up really well. They must have drop kicked it from the whoever delivered it. Must have drop kicked it. I don't need that. I could leave Oscar with a bald patch at the top. He is 51 years old. If he was born the same time Sesame Street started. I don't know. I would have to look that up, which means I would have to stop and do that, and I'm not going to. It's not important. With my lovely halogen light, it's bloody hot in here, so I took off my shirt. I have an undershirt on, but it is hot. This is pretty freaking cool, I must say. Look, I gave him hair all the way around and everything. Oh, that is so awesome. Now I need a garbage can lid, and I hope I don't ruin it all by the last thing. Okay, though there's a lid, makeshift lid. I don't know if that'll work or not. This hopefully will work, and I can always do another lid if I have to, and then we'll go from there. Time to bake it. It said 275 for, how long did it say? 15 minutes per 1/4 inch. Well, probably half an hour. Since the head is stuffed with tin foil, and there's foil under there, Cat wants to play. You want to play now? You want to help me? Okay, it's out of the oven. It needs to cool down a whole lot. It still seems kind of pliable. Maybe it will not be pliable when it cools down. Either that or my oven wasn't hot enough or something. I don't know. Oh well, we'll find out. It did harden up a little bit. And this is hardened up. Wait a minute. I did figure out how to put it on there. I think I'd have to glue it on there once maybe I'll make a new top. But I think first of all I'll paint it the color that the cartoon character would be. I think eventually the whole thing's going to be this shiny gold color because it's like an Oscar. But first of all, I'm going to color it the way it would have been from the TV show. That way it can have a burnished look or whatever on it. I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm doing. And the Oscar goes to Craig Benson, otherwise known as Wheezy Waiter. I'm awaiting your address so I can send it to you, my man.